Now you got the white girls getting famous off of twerking. Now, mind you, the white girls must be eating some Purdue chicken, because I ain't never seen so many fat asses on white women these days. A lot of these white women got some fat asses these days. Like, where y'all get that from? Growing up, you didn't see white women. They ass was flat back in the day. I got in my head a little bit, and I started to doubt the process of this whole YouTube process. I started to doubt it. And I almost gave up. When I heard the news of what it looks like YouTube is doing with their algorithm. So in one of my other videos, I talked about how you probably should be careful of certain topics. Political, far left or left leaning political outlets should probably be careful of posting on YouTube now, because it appears that YouTube will try to either shadow ban or just take away your views, or just not show them at all. No impressions. And so I'm very much into politics right now. And I didn't want to make a channel about politics because there's so many other things that is going on in my life that I could talk about. I have a lot going on. I'm a musician. I used to be a preacher. I'm still licensed as one, I guess, but I don't profess to be one because I'm dealing with struggles with my faith. I'm a truck driver. I like self-improvement, spirituality. There's a whole lot of things I like. I could talk about a lot of things and then my life is eventful. I do a lot of things in my life. I'm a busy guy. I just don't go to work and like sit home and watch TV. Like, I'm a musician, so I'm involved in church. My son's very busy. He's a musician, so he's doing a lot of things out there in the community as well, including like his high school gospel choir. They just had a big concert, and so like right now I'm sitting at his drum lesson, so he's getting drum lessons with his mentor right now. So I have a lot going on in my life, so there's a lot of things I could talk about. I didn't want to just like hang my hat on politics. Plus I like marketing, all that other kind of stuff, like internet marketing, especially email marketing, all that. So YouTube is a big thing right now because it seems like that's where everything is going. And it's kind of like old school. It's like, you know, old things being used in new places. So YouTube is a place where you can build a following and build trust with an audience, build your tribe, and then go out and, you know, just do business and services and offer services and all that stuff. You can use YouTube for that. But that's like old school. That's like the old school train of thought. Like, build your audience, build trust with the people, rapport with the people, and then sell them something. I mean, that's old school. It's just applied to a new technology, right? Or a newer technology. So anyway, several channels that I follow, come to find out, since the start of April, several left-leaning political channels have been experiencing a drop in their views. And everybody will tell you, and especially if you want to pay attention to anybody who know how YouTube works, it's these political channels, because they upload 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They they upload multiple times a day, all day, every day. So they understand, and a lot of these content creators, these political ones, they have been on YouTube since the beginning. There's one in particular I watched. He's been near, damn near the beginning. Kyle Kulinski, secular talk or something. That's his YouTube channel, I believe. Secular Talk. He's been doing this for like 15 years. Like since the start. I mean, YouTube's been around since like 08 or something like that. David Pakman. He's another one. And so there's a few of them, content creators, that have noticed a drop in their viewership. Not because they make bad videos. And they'll be quick to tell you some videos do better than others. But an unusual drop has happened in their viewership over the last month. And it seems like it's just happening to left-leaning political channels. And what's been happening is that, okay, so here's, metrics are important. So one thing I'm learning is that the most important thing to look at right now, well, not right now, but the most important to look at in your metrics are the impressions and the thumbnail click-through rate and the time watched. And so what these left-leaning content creators notice is that all of a sudden their videos aren't getting as many impressions. So David Pakman talked about how he normally sees like 15 million impressions, and all of a sudden he's getting only like 10 million impressions. So like a drop of 5 million. But here's the thing. Here's how you can tell if a video isn't performing well. Is if the click-through rate is dropping. So they know what to look for in their click-through rate. And most people will say a good click-through rate for thumbnails or whatever is, or impression click-through rate is about 8%. And that's common knowledge because I've heard that across the spectrum. 8 and above is pretty good. And even if it's like 6 or something like that, 6 and above, that it can be good. What all of them are saying, the political commentators and the political channels are saying that their impressions have gone down, but their click-through rate is still remaining the same. The click-through rate hasn't gone down. The click-through rate has stayed the same, but the number of impressions have gone down. So what that says is that their videos are still performing well. What it means is that for some reason, YouTube isn't showing the videos to new people or people who are subscribers. And so let me just say it like this. I don't like asking people to subscribe, but and I know I'm pretty new at this. Well, I'm not new at this. I've grown other channels and I've monetized 2 other channels. One has been demonetized, and right now I started a new gospel piano tutorial channel that just got monetized about a month and a half ago. And I made my first $100 already off of it. Yay. And so it's growing pretty well. And like all of a sudden I'm getting this spring of subscribers out of nowhere. It's kind of crazy. Like a couple of days ago, I got 9 subscribers in a day just out of nowhere. I'm like, whoa, what's going on here? And this is happening repetitively. I'm like, what's going on? This keeps on happening. So for some reason now YouTube is showing my channel and it's sending people over who are likely to subscribe to a channel like mine. But anyway, I don't like asking for subs, but subscribe to my channel and click the bell, all right, that says you want to be notified every time my video is uploaded. Just do that so you can see it. And what the political content creators are saying, and like the video and comment, okay? What these political commentators are saying is that their videos aren't getting shown to the people who subscribe to them. And even if you click the bell notification, you have to go in there and do something special to say that you want to receive everything that the person in notifications, because you don't let AI choose it for you. Because right now, maybe that, and that could be it. Maybe they're testing out an AI algorithm that isn't showing the video to who it would normally show the video to if it was the other algorithm or whatever. I don't know. But it goes back to what I was saying in one of my other videos, is that, like, wow. I'm starting to think, like, YouTube, are you suppressing content? Because if the person doesn't like Donald Trump, you're going to suppress the content. And it's a midterm year when we know that the man is going to probably try to steal the elections. He's already rigging. The Republicans are already rigging elections and stuff like that. And so it's the perfect time now to suppress left-leaning media just a few months ahead of the midterms. And we know that the president of Google was at the inauguration giving money. I think he probably gave money to the illegitimate ballroom. He tore down the People's House, tearing down the People's House. So the technocrats, they're in bed with Trump. They're in bed with Trump. And that's a scary thing, because like YouTube and Google, they got the control. Google's the number one search engine, and YouTube is the second number one search engine, and YouTube is owned by Google. So I thought about it and I said, whoa, I've been saying some crazy shit the last few days in these videos. I've been saying some crazy shit. And should I just give up on it? And even on the piano channel, should I give up because it's moving slowly? Did they shadow ban me over there too? Because I'm sure Google knows I have multiple channels. Because when I applied for AdSense or applied to be monetized, I had to go through the old account that I had with my previous channel that got demonetized. Luckily, when you can start another channel and monetize it, and the channel that gets demonetized, it has no effect on the new channel. Luckily, I didn't know that, because I tried to monetize it and start a new AdSense account, and you can't do that. You have to use the same AdSense account. If you already had one, you have to use that same one, whether you were demonetized before or not. Which I didn't know that. But I was really like about to give up, and doubt has set in. And looking at my analytics, which I shouldn't, especially with this new channel. I just did a video that said ignore the views, ignore the analytics, just do it for the love of it. Do it for the love of the process. Do it because you're building skill. Do it because you're holding yourself accountable. All that good stuff. But don't do it for views. Don't do it for subs. Even though you want that, don't make that the end all and be all, because if you do that, you might be setting yourself up for disappointment and failure, or to just be in your head too much. That becomes a thing. Like, you look at it and you say, nobody's watching my video. What's going on? Am I doing something right? Am I doing something wrong? You know, at one point I was changing the title and the thumbnails, going into old videos that I thought were good videos, and it's not getting no views and no impressions. So I go in there and change the thumbnail and the title, thinking that would change something, and it changes nothing. And I watched the creator on YouTube the other day that was like, just leave it. Don't go in and change nothing. Just keep on creating new videos. Instead of trying to make the one you thought was the best, like changing the thumbnail and the title, trying to make it, get views. Instead of spending all that time doing that, just keep on making new videos. And with the first channel that I ever had monetized, I do remember, like, there was a video I had made, and it didn't do hardly anything at first. It just sat there. But all of a sudden, a few months later, like 3 months into it, and this was after I was monetized, by the way. A few months later, out of nowhere, it became the #1 video on that channel. The #1. I got like 400K views or something. That thing carried the channel, and it exploded my subs. My subs went from like 2 to 6,000 or something like that, just because of that video. And that video went on for months. That thing was just, it was the highest ranking video on that channel. But it didn't do it right away. For months, it had low views, and then all of a sudden, it just blew up. And that happened with other videos too. Like, out of nowhere, it's just like, wait a minute. All of a sudden, it just kicks in, and it just shoots right up there. It happened a couple of times on that first channel I monetized. It hasn't happened on this the piano channel yet. It hasn't happened there yet. There's been some breakout videos only because I've been trying different things. I tend to go to a lot of concerts, and so if I could record at a concert and not worry about a copyright strike, then I'll post the concert. And I went to an Easter concert and posted some clips, and those got really good views. Those were like my highest views on the whole channel so far. It did scare me though, because I'm like, well, nobody want to learn piano? Like, y'all don't want to learn? Yeah, it feels like that. There's a lot of piano channels out here already, and maybe it's crowded. I don't know. Maybe that's the case. Maybe I have to work a little bit harder because it's a crowded market. And gospel music is very small, so I don't know. That could be it. But I'm like, y'all don't want to learn? And it seems like the gospel channels that get a lot of views now, the gospel piano channels, it's just guys being fancy and playing all this fancy stuff, but they never slow it down and break it down to you. They don't show you in every key. They don't do none of that. They don't do what I do. No, I'm not doing all that fancy stuff. I'm doing more basic stuff, basic chords, basic runs, that kind of thing. Political commentator Joe Madison, R.I.P., used to say, put it where the goats can get it. Put it where the goats can get it. And to me, that means make it easy enough for the people who are beginners to be able to latch on and actually learn something from it. Not to play something so over their head and that they don't get it. I want to do something that helps the beginner. And so that's what my channel is geared towards. But there's room for that, because there are other channels like mine. The guys that don't play all the fancy stuff, that play the more basic stuff, got the basics down pat, and they're teaching the basics, and they're getting good views on their videos. Not all of them, but a lot of the videos are. Like, there's a couple of channels I check out in that space, and I'm like, well, damn, I did sort of like the same thing but better, but like nobody's watching mine. What's going on here? But thank God there's that incentive for me to keep going over there. See, I was worried more about this channel because I was saying some crazy stuff in a few videos about Donald Trump. And then I heard that there was a few political channels. There was Fair Unbalanced, there was the Ring of Fire, David Pakman, and the Romano Report. and there's a few others that all reported the same thing about suppressed views on YouTube. And it wouldn't surprise me that the government or Trump would shoot over a memo to Google or YouTube and say, hey, listen, suppress left-leaning channels' views, suppress their views, because I don't like what they're saying about me. And you know, it sucks because that's not what America's about. That's not what America's about. America's about saying what you want to say. If you got an opinion, I can't understand it, especially these people who are Trump supporters and they claim freedom, right? They love wearing stuff about freedom. But then when somebody says something bad about your guy, you want to threaten them or send pizzas to their house or, you know, get their number and harass them and threaten them and tell them I'm going to kill you and all this other kind of stuff. Really? I thought you said you were all about freedom. But freedom not to say. I mean, Stephen Colbert had his last show on Thursday, and all of MAGA was like, good riddance. He was talking too much about politics. You're not funny because all you talk about is politics. Donald Trump is a clown. There's so many things that he says and does that are funny and stupid and like you're a dumbass. So of course, like, why wouldn't a comedian jump on that? Like, and this isn't anything new. I grew up in Saturday Night Live, used to always get on the older Bush. Dana Carvey used to play George Bush Sr. He used to be like, read my lips, no new taxes. He used to do no, read my lips. I'm dating myself. Y'all don't even remember that reference because George Bush said it, read my lips, no new taxes. And then he implemented new taxes and only had a 4-year term. Okay, they voted his ass out after 4 years, and he was directly after Reagan and was Reagan's vice president. Okay, I remember those days. I was a kid when Dana Carvey used to play George Bush. Nobody was complaining about that. Nobody was complaining about it. Now David Letterman, he used to talk about the politicians. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. And now the Byron Allen, I call him, he's just another Uncle Tom because he's a rich black man who has, you know, basically is a traitor to his own people. And he's talking about, well, you know, we don't do political comedy. You have plenty of that. Well, how, like, if we're talking about the black experience, Mr. Comics Unleashed, if we're talking about the black experience, you have to include politics in the black experience. And I know I don't look black, but I am. My dad's black. My mom's Native American and Irish. So yes, I'm black. I got black in me, okay? If you are living the black experience, there's no way you can't talk about politics. And Byron Allen sat up here talking about, well, it's low ratings to talk about politics. Says who? Your show is mad corny. Like, nobody was watching yours. That's why it was on at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody watched Comics Unleashed. We had Def Comedy Jam. We had all the comedy shows on BET. Yours wasn't one of them. Because you have the corniest motherfuckers up there. So, bruh, like, don't do that shit. Don't do that. You just talking out your ass. Because, like, how, so civil unrest is going on and we're not going to make no comedy about it, right? Black folks' voting rights are getting stripped away down south and we can't make jokes about it? Really? If you're living the black experience, you can't run from politics and comedy. It's just automatically in there because we're still dealing with racism. We're still dealing with white people that hate anybody that's not white. And we're also dealing with the issue of our people are so talented. In all of the culture that comes, the white folks steal all the culture from the black folk. White people out here saying my bad. We done stopped saying that years ago. Y'all still saying it. Came from our community. Oh, my bad. Y'all still saying it. What would y'all be as a country if y'all didn't have black culture? Even the whitest of the white people be saying my bad. Really? Stop that. Stop that, people. Y'all wouldn't be, this country wouldn't be as lit as it is without black people. With the talent, the skill, the music, the slang. Y'all white people take all our stuff and they use it everywhere now. Can't do nothing. Even the black girls was twerking. Now you got the white girls getting famous off of twerking. Now, mind you, the white girls must be eating some Purdue chicken, because I ain't never seen so many fat asses on white women these days. A lot of these white women got some fat asses these days. Like, where y'all get that from? Growing up, you didn't see white women. They ass was flat back in the day. Like, even in 50s, you watch these movies and stuff like that, or these sitcoms from the 50s and 60s, all flat ass. Now these white girls got what are you eating? Purdue chicken or something? Some chicken with some hormones in it, because y'all got fat asses now. White girls out here getting famous off of twerk videos, like the Mormon Wives show that was on Hulu. But then she became the Bachelorette. But she got famous off of twerking on TikTok. But then had some kind of fight with her boyfriend, and they spent all that money for the Bachelorette and then pulled the show because she did something crazy in a fight with her boyfriend or something. We can't even have dance moves. We can't even have dance moves without the white people colonizing it. Where would y'all be if y'all didn't have black people? So, I mean, it's all up in the black experience to be political. You can't be black and not be political. Our lives have been political since slavery. Are you kidding me? Since they brought us over here, our lives have been politics. And Byron Allen get up there, well, we don't do political comedy. It has low ratings. You could go to Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon, or they're still on TV. You go to them for political comedy. Shut the fuck up. Just show Comics Unleashed ain't even funny. Ratings will drop. People are boycotting CBS because it's the Trump political network now. My wife and I was talking about whether we should watch Big Brother or not this year. And I like watching Big Brother, but we're living it now. Big Brother was a TV show. Now we're living it. With Palantir trying to do surveillance on civilians. But I almost gave up. I almost said, you know what? Maybe I should just stop posting it. I'll just continue to do my piano videos and leave it at that. I almost gave up. I said, you know what? I'm going to go through with it. At the very least, I'm going to do this 100 video challenge or this 100-day challenge, or try to do it. Even if I don't do 100 days every day, because I know me, I might get tired and be like, you know what, I'm good. Because again, I look at, nobody's really watching these videos now. I'm not getting, nothing's changed. Like, nobody's coming to my channel. I'm not really getting any views. I already had 10 subscribers on the channel. I still got 10 subscribers on the channel. The last video I posted got like 4 views or something like that. I'm like, is it worth it? And especially since I'm talking junk about Trump, and YouTube and Google is in bed with Trump. Should I even mention his name, or is it even worth it to keep going? Should I just start another channel? But I'm going to keep it up. Let's see what happens. That's going to be my model. Let's see what happens. Let's stay with the 100. We'll see if it works. We'll see what happens. If nothing changes and I still got 10 subscribers and I'm only getting 4 views on each video, or no views or 1 view, then I'm really going to have to just stop, because like after 100 videos, there's no way. Because there's a little bit of a theme going on with the videos. I'm not just posting like the date or vlog 123 I'm actually posting subject lines that are getting traction on other channels, and even the real life stuff that people are putting out, like people like Dante London. He don't have no thumbnails. It's just a picture of him with no words on the thumbnail, and just saying, "Oh, I couldn't get an apartment today. I couldn't get an apartment today. They wouldn't allow me to rent an apartment." That's the title of the video. And instantly he gets like 5,000 views like soon as he posts. He was starting to give out YouTube advice. He did like 2 or 3 videos with YouTube advice, then took it down. I don't know why. You should have kept on doing that. Who cares what the people say? It's your channel. Do whatever the hell you want. Why not? I think you know enough about YouTube. You build it up. From it being a prank channel to like it's about your everyday life. Like, sure, you can teach other people how to build a YouTube channel. I was with it. I would have really been on board with it if he would have just kept that going. Like, why didn't you keep it going? Like, bro, that was stupid. I guess enough people complained, then he did like 3 videos on like what to do. And actually, I thought he gave some pretty good advice. He was like, just post a video a day. Let it be about 20 minutes long. Don't worry too much about the thumbnail. And don't do the every letter starts with a capital. Every word starts with a capital letter. Don't do all that. I thought that was pretty solid advice. So, I mean, I don't know why he stopped doing what he was doing. Like, come into it. Like, do that. Instead of doing all these crazy stories about yourself, you could actually like teach people how to build up a YouTube channel, because you actually did that. But anyway, I guess the point is that I can't let my doubts get in the way of what I'm trying to build here. I can't second guess this. I could do this for the rest of my life. It's up to me. If it's to be, it's up to me. And as long as I live, I could just turn on the camera and just talk to the camera. Why not? Why not? If I'm living 10,000 more days, why not film every day? Get 10,000 videos up here. Could you imagine that? Do 10,000 videos. Let's see. That's an experiment, right? Put 10,000 videos on YouTube. Upload 10,000 videos. What kind of results will that get? I don't know if anybody could do that. But I have the rest of my life. Maybe that's the goal. Get 10,000 videos on YouTube. If I could live 10,000 more days, I don't know if that's possible. I didn't do the numbers. I didn't do the math on that. Maybe it's not possible. I'm like 48 now. I don't know if that's possible. To do 10,000 more days? Do I have 10,000? Because a year is 365. Yeah, I don't think that's possible. What, 356? 10 years would be 3,000. Right? So 30 more years. I guess it's possible. I guess if I did this every day for 40 years, I say I have another 40 years on me. I used to say that I was going to live to 100. Maybe it's possible. Maybe it's possible. If I live to 100, I'll definitely get 10,000 more videos in.